Welcome to Kumba Software DPAA tutorials. This tutorial is about how to copy files from one appliance domain and directory to any other set of appliances domains and directories using the DataPower Administrator's system. So be sure to set your video playback to high definition, and though some visual details of DPAA may have changed since this video was created, the functionality will be the same. So to get started, I've started up DPAA and I'm on the Files tab already. And I'm in this source appliance and in this domain, and you can see I have a number of directories here with a large number of files located within these directories on this appliance. However, let's suppose we just stood up two new appliances over here and they currently don't have any files located in their directories, and maybe you're trying to stand up two new appliances for a simple purpose, or maybe you can't do a secure backup and restore to duplicate them. Maybe one set is virtual and one set is physical, or vice versa. You could have many reasons why you may need to copy files rather than do a secure restore to get files into an appliance. And maybe you want to be able to just duplicate parts of an appliance to another appliance. So I'm going back to my source appliance, and you can see I'm going to go ahead and select my XSLT directory here, and I'm going to select maybe my elements directory there, and some other things. I'm just going to randomly select some directories. And I'm going to now search for these files. Now these files exist within this appliance, but keep in mind, nothing existed over here. So I'm going to select all of my files, regardless of where they may be located. So I've got different directories represented here. And I'm going to go over either to my hamburger menu, or I can right now select, then I can select Copy To. Now the idea of copying is we're copying the file from one location to the other. Generally speaking, you would not want more than one source selected. For example, because I had files in maybe two of these appliances, but not in the other two, I wouldn't want to select the files from two different sources. Otherwise, you could run into unexpected trouble. So what appliances do I want to copy these files to? Well, we had seen that there are no files currently in those two appliances. So I'm going to go in and select those two appliances as my target appliances. Then I'm going to quit next. The next option I had is to decide the destination domains. Now we can multi-select the domains here if we want to, and those files would be copied to every one of those domains in the target appliances. Generally speaking, however, that may not be what you want to do unless there's some common file you reference that you don't want to put in, say, the store directory or in some other way to access that file commonly across those appliances or across those domains. In this case, I'm just going to select the destination domain called FilesDevo, which matches that of the domain from which I'm copying these files. Again, that doesn't matter, but that's the option that we're choosing here. I'm going to select Next. And one other thing that we can do is to duplicate source directories in the target. In other words, we can save ourselves some time because we can see we have some directories where we pulled these files out of. And if we turn on this checkbox and then select Next, we're going to see that DPAA wants to copy the files from the source directories to these target directories, and it duplicates those directories in this screen for us here. And that saves us a lot of time. But if we don't do this, and I turn this checkbox off, and I select Next, the next thing I'm going to do is select where I want it to go. Now, this would list all the destination directories available in the target appliances. And so in this case, since I had no directories because I had no files, I only have some local file stores which are available to me. So then if I click Next, now I may have to go type in directory names, which wouldn't be very advantageous to us. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to turn this checkbox back on. I'm going to click Next. You can see how it skips that other screen to select directories. And then I can see the entire screen or a picture of what's going to happen. Would I make the copy? Now we have the ability to create non-existing directories, which in this case we would want to do because we know those directories don't exist in the new appliances. And we also have the ability to overwrite existing files. Now this would be useful if we updated a lot of files in one appliance and now wanted to copy those mini updates to a number of other appliances, yet those files were already there. We want to turn on the overwrite feature. In this case, since we know that those files don't already exist in the two appliances, checking this box is unnecessary. Well, let's let finish. DPAA is going to go through and copy those files to the target locations in those other two appliances. To print this works, I'm going to go to those other two appliances. I'm going to select them. We're already in the files demo domain that now you can see I now had directories here. I didn't have here before. If I now search the contents of those directories, you can see that I've copied every one of those files into these directories in very quick action. I didn't even have to name the directories or have to worry about some typographical error I may have when typing in directory names. It duplicates everything nice and cleanly for me. And as you can tell, it did each file across two different appliances into the designated domain. And had we selected more than one domain, we must see many copies of this if we were searching that in this example. So that's how you copy files using the DataPower Administrator Assistant. If you want to see more, go out to www.kumbasoft.com. Go to the features and tutorials page there, and there are many videos you can watch to learn how to use all of the features, both the DataPower Administrator Assistant. Thanks for watching, and have a nice day.